Actually, let's hang on. Hang on a moment. I need water here. All right, we're back here. Hello, it is Dr. Calico, and today we are going to be doing something different, and that is we're going to be doing a development live stream of massively multiplayer offline, and we're just going to be testing some things, fixing bugs that we find, and let's see if we can actually find anything, such as options. Okay, yeah, it is 50% volume. That's weird. Okay, so what's happening here with the volume slider? Width of 4, default height 32. Okay, that looks perfectly normal. Let's global variables. Let's set it back to 100 at the start here and see if that can do anything here. This might be a bit loud. F11 options. Okay, so that is working. Okay, button appears to be working. I actually need the debug tool. So I'm gonna close a bunch of tabs here. Actually, I'm gonna close every single tab here and open up the main menu. Do that. Start preview and launch debugger. Yeah, the initial loading scene is completely fine. I haven't changed that, so I'm gonna skip that. Actually, in second thought, I'm just gonna mute this for now. Refresh the global variables. Okay, global volume is 0. That is good. So that is working. Okay, I'm also going. No, wait, the preview is open. Okay, I'm gonna check the dialog safety timer and check that in the debugger. Okay, so yeah, that confirms that that is indeed working. Yeah, actually, did I have it set to trigger once? Okay, I do have it set to trigger once, so yeah, good. That's good. Yeah, move over to here and close this back up. Okay, so what I want to do now is global variables. I need to make sure that, okay, if this is true, it should start checked off. But also, I'm going to set the global volume to 0 as well at the start. Press F11. Yep, that still works. Hang on. Hang on, something isn't right here. Global variables. Dialog safety timer is true. Okay, am I actually hallucinating? Yeah, seriously, am I hallucinating? Yeah, sorry about that. Just, yeah, I did not decide to do that. Okay, I'm gonna set it to false again. And I'm going to see if that is checked out. Okay, it is. Okay, so the code is working. Yeah, that code is working. Then, look, I think I'm forgetting something here. Let's initial loading. You know what? Let's just start from the beginning and see if we find anything. Yeah, click there to skip the BS cutscene. Let's play the game. Phone call is completely optional. Yep, that is the speedrun strategy. You just skip the phone call entirely. Okay, so the animation did indeed cancel. That is good. Yeah, I was holding right, and the animation had successfully canceled. That is really good. And now we just wait here for a little bit. Yeah, it's just a timer here. Yeah, you can do like whatever you want, and it just doesn't matter. Okay, lost connection to ser. That is the wrong cursor. Okay, so server disconnect. What is happening here? Animation 4. Then day 1. Cursor is looking good. Okay, day 3. Yeah, that cursor is looking good. That is an intentional missing texture. Day 2. Hang on. That's the wrong day actually. The animation should be 6, I believe, because it is a bit of a placeholder, more detailed placeholder. Okay, day 4. Okay, cursor is looking good so far. There's a gub. Yeah, everything looks good here. A bunch of things here that are doing things. Yeah, let's see here. Trigger ID of 3, 2, 1, and yeah, it's close enough. The code will take care of the platforming. Yeah, particle emitter looks perfectly fine here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that I really want to touch here. Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna check the animations here. Okay, animations are looking good. Okay, save that, and let's go back to the main menu and start from the beginning. Yeah, I need to test the phone animations here again. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I actually did pick up the phone. That is good. Yeah, put down the phone, and the phone is right there. It doesn't do anything anymore because I have since removed that ability. Yeah, if I walk into the bathroom here, yeah, just quick little dialogue. Okay, is there anything I can do with this store? No, there is nothing I can do with the store. Wait, hang on. Hang on a moment. Yeah, we're gonna start all over again and from the home. Home. Okay, so the volume is actually set to a non-zero value here, which is actually no wait, no wait, that's actually perfectly fine. I think we might have an options menu later to just set the volume. And yeah, that is also an automatic full screen. I think I might need to change that. Okay, so I am crazy here. Yeah, if I walk away here, that does not appear again. So home, home, where is it? Yeah, the player monitor is below 40 pixels. E key is pressed. Hang on. Okay, so if all these are true, I am below 40 pixels. The distance to the indicator is less than 50 pixels. Okay, so hang on. Below 40, yeah, then there's also a bit of a leeway here. Because we'll pick this that is nearest to the player. Actually, I don't know why this code is terrible. I'm just gonna shift this over to here. Here and disable this, and let's see if that fixes that. Okay, so we're gonna. Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, I'm also going to find out where the full screen is. Activate full screen. We're going to remove that. Interactive indicator logic. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, this is actually a bit tough here. So let's see here. Distance to interactable object is below 40 meters, which is true. Distance to the indicator is above 50 meters, which, oh wait, hang on. So below 40 pixels, that's true. When I go through the door, that's true. Yeah, because it's inverted, so that would be above. Then it is... Wait, hang on a moment. What if I make it visible? Because it says if it is not visible, then it would that would be false, because it is clearly visible. And that just broke the game. So we're going to invert that. Okay, so if it is not visible, yeah, code is hard actually. Okay, so no wait, actually, if I go through this door, I think that it's trigger once. Yeah, this is hard. Okay, we're just gonna add another event here that says that if the uh, indicator is visible and the player is more than 50 meters away from it, then it's going to teleport the indicator to the nearest object. So let's see here. Interactive indicator. Actually, wait. Why don't we just move the indicator to constantly set the um, to do this. And then other conditions, actually, no, just regular conditions. Player object, pick the nearest object that is nearest to the specified position. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, what I want to do is actually interactable objects. Player object X, and then player object Y. Yeah, what if I just do this? Yeah, and is there code here that uh, hides something? No. Okay, we're gonna save this for now. So let's see here. It's above that. Connect. This is some really old code. I'd just like to point this out. Player object. Actually, hang on. Yeah, I'm forgetting something here, and that is player object. Yeah, what's the dimensions of the player object? Not the gravity. Object variables, top-down movement. No, that's not it. Properties. No, wait. Behaviors, object variables, edit animations. No, that just outputs the same thing. Outputs the same thing. Yeah, let's drag this off for now. Okay, so width is 32 and 64. So that would be. I'm trying to remember the math here. X is 32, so plus 16. No, that's actually the wrong location. Okay, so by doing that, the point is now at the very center of their head. Yeah, I'm just going to add an additional 16 to the Y. That might sound like it um, boosts it up, but it actually... Uh, yeah, there's this weird thing in GDevelop where Y goes down. And so by increasing the Y, that sounds counterintuitive, it goes down. Okay, I think that I found something there was a flaw in the logic, and that is I need to add in the phone. The phone is an interactable object. What happened? Yeah, the phone is an interactable object, but it did not show there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to disable this code and find out that if this is really necessary. Oh, I should also make sure that the indicator always shows as well. Okay, so it does always show. Yeah, we're just doing some testing by breaking the game. Now, is the door here? Okay, that's a trigger. That's actually good. But I think that what we've determined here is that this code, we're just gonna chuck it. And then, okay, so if the player's distance is below a certain level of, actually, distance to an object. Where is it? Distance between two objects. There it is. And that is object 2 being the interactive indicator. Actually, wait, why am I going for the interactive indicator? I can just do, no. Yeah, interactive indicator, distance is below 40. Okay, so we know that this is working. Okay, so conditions, that is a trigger once. Well, true. Actually, let's make it 30. And then we're going to invert this. Actually, we're also going to put in an OR statement. So, uh, OR. So if the distance is... Okay, so that's not going to work. We're going to invert this and set it to 31. Okay, so if the distance is above 31, it will hide the indicator. If the dialog is running, it will hide the indicator. Okay, let's test that out here. Okay, so that works. That does not work. Okay, so what I want to do here is, actually, is there anything constantly showing the indicator? Control F. Actually, yeah, interactive for results 1, 2, 3. What is true? Interactive. Okay, so yeah, that's different. Yeah, Control F that, close that. Drink some water here. Yeah, this is some pretty interesting bug fixing. Yeah, actually, if dialogue is running, let's tailor something real quick. That is, if the dialogue is running. No, wait. Hang on. I think I actually can just work this in. That is with an and statement. Yeah, if the dialogue is running and the interactive indicator is visible, we're going to hide the indicator. Okay, that just solved it. But now we have another problem. That being, now the indicator is not working. 40 pixels? Okay, so that does work. That's too lenient. Actually, instead of the indicator, why not an interactive objects? Yeah, interactable furniture. No, wait. It's to interactive object is below 31. Actually, let's make this lenient and not reliant on the indicator. Nope, because that is the center of the bed. I am spawning the center of the bed. Yeah, can I actually use an expression or something like that? No. Okay, now the indicator will not go away. So what do we do with that? Yeah, we've just reworked the indicator, and that the indicator just refuses to go away. Oh, wait, I just realized it's counting all interactable objects here. So what we want to do is find out if we can pick the nearest interactable object. because what it's doing is it's looking at all the objects, and one of them is obviously that distance away. So we're going to be looking at the player's X and the player's Y. That still doesn't work. Yeah, I think that I think this is a bit wonky here. So I'm just going to put this here with a trigger once. Let's put this here and disable this. Okay, I think that this is good. Yeah, I think that this is a good start. So what we want to do is we're going to add in another condition. That being uh, this and condition. However, what I also want to do is, let's see here. Now I think we're fine. Okay, press F11 again. Indicator looks perfectly fine. Looks perfectly fine. Indicator vanishes. Animation locked. Okay, that looks perfectly fine. Now the big question is, do I get okay, the cursor, okay, the E is perfectly fine. Let's continue on to the server now. And now we wait. No, really, it doesn't matter what you do in the server, because you'll just get booted out anyway. Yeah, like I did literally nothing, and we've already lost connection. Yep, lost connection. Press OK. Honestly, this is some good lighting, I think. Okay, so about this lighting, uh, maybe? I think I should add in another light. Yeah, so let's save. Okay, let's go back over to the scene here. Okay, so put this X over here. Yeah, hang on, I need to check to see if... Okay, so it's 1 pixel above. Okay, layer 1, Z order of 2. And then we're going to shift this over to here. Actually, I think we should also have a shower curtain too. So we're going to open up a sprite. New object, 64 by 64. Bathtub dimensions are 96. Okay, so sprite canvas. 96 width and 64 height. Okay, so what metal is good for a apartment bathroom here? Okay, so I'm gonna open up Google here. Shower rod metals. Okay, so it looks like it's mostly stainless steel. Okay, I can work with that. Stainless steel is usually a monochrome color, that being around the grays, whites, things like that. So, okay, so HSV, yeah, we're going to be using HSV for this. That being, nah, that's too dark. Actually, what about the shower head? I have the shower head. Showerhead.png in project 2. Copy this color and paste this color. Go over to HSV. Okay, so that's 0065. Let's make it slightly darker at 0060. And actually, we need a slightly darker color too for the curtain. 50 here. Also, I can't see the background, so new layer with a pure red. Put that there. And then what we want to do is we should also put this here. And then I want this to descend back into the wall. So we're going to be using this monochrome color again. Yeah, that starts to look like a bend. And then go back to HSV and lower this by 10. Okay, so now that looks like the wait, hang on a moment. Wrong layer. Yep, that was the completely wrong layer. That is actually kind of silly. Yeah, how incredibly silly of me to be doing such a thing. Oh, well, we have the magic wand tool, so we can just get rid of this. Okay, so now for the actual shower curtain. Let's go with standard white. Yeah, something like a standard white. Oh, and as for the rings, hang on. That is the folders. I did not want to open those up. It didn't even want to open anyway. Okay, so shower curtain. Yeah, what is a good... Okay, so mostly white. Yeah, we can. Yeah, that's definitely workable. Okay, so as for the rings, though, what I want to do is let's make them like a really, really dark color, like midnight black. Good enough? Nah, like 0010. Yeah, around there. And then open up a new layer. And I think that what we want to do is actually just, nope. Yeah, just have it condensed all the way over to the left. And then go back to HSV of 7. Slightly darken that. Yeah, then if we just simply push this box all the way down to here, and then fill this in, and then we're going to go over to HSV again, and 80. Okay, so now with the line tool, that still seems a little too dark in my opinion. So we're just going to can that color. Yeah, how about 85? Yeah, I can work with 85. Yeah, and then just start drawing some lines to represent the actual curtain. Yeah, actually, there's something bothering me in the fact that this isn't extending over enough. So let's fix that by just a small little. Actually, I could have used solid rectangle, but oh well. Yeah, and then what we're going to do is two more lines here. Put that there and save as shower curtain. Yep, shower curtain. And that is, nope, that's the wrong folder. Games. Uh, yeah, this is where all my stuff is. Export that as shower curtain. We don't need layers for this. Close this. And then what we're going to do is furniture. Furniture non-interactive, add this in. It's the order of 3. And then add an animation. Add a sprite. Shower curtain on PNG. Yeah, scroll through all the animations. There's the poster, there's the stuff. There we go. And then just slowly adjust the Y value. Yeah, yeah, I think that looks good. Actually, let's make it behind the bathtub. Okay, so yeah, now it looks like it's actually in the bathtub. Yeah, however, that does not have a light, so what we're going to do is add another light source. Yeah, am I selecting the right one? I am selecting the right one. Yeah, that's too far over. take a cough drop. Oh, it's actually orange flavored. Nice. Okay, so I think that looks good. At least on paper, it does look good. Let's check that in the nighttime. Yeah, this looks broken because you're not intended to do that. Okay, this actually looks a little, this looks better. Shower head though, we're gonna move that down. Yeah, we're gonna make some adjustments here. Yeah, I think that let's move this up and move this down. And yeah, I think I think that's good for now. Now, what else am I missing though? Um, I honestly have no idea. What am I missing? Server connect? No, that's a disconnect. I don't want to be there. Okay, day counter 1, set variable to false. That is good. Initial loading screen. Don't care about that. Menu, server pause menu. Yeah, does this actually do things? Yeah, I need to check the options in the main menu. Yeah, I'm just gonna copy this and delete this and paste this. And it just works. Yeah, I don't need a trigger once for this because it only triggers once. We're going to check this out. I think this breaks the game. I can't press that button. Options. Yeah, it's a bit bare bones right now, but I think that this is doable. I think that this is workable. Yeah, actually, I think I could also move this up slightly. Yeah, I think that that's a little bit crowding. So what I want to do is not click that. 1, 2, 3 boxes up. And this also goes 1, 2, 3 boxes up. Yeah, let's give that let's give these buttons just a little more room. Okay. Yeah, this button breaks the game because there is no pause scene at this point. Yep, nothing to show here. Yeah, nothing unusual here. There's the gub. Yep, for some odd reason I have a fascination with the gub. Yeah, I think that the gub is so incredibly distinctive. It's a really good placeholder image, especially in a game that has intentional placeholder images. Yeah, like you can't just be using developer textures. That just doesn't work. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that closed. I do not want to reveal that yet, especially because it's unused. Yeah, save this. And I think we should get back to playtesting. F11, play the game. Okay, good so far. Yeah, I have the um, volume muted as of right now. Okay, I pressed E and it's immediately into the login screen. Yep, and now we have all of 20 seconds of waiting. But while that's happening, I'm going to pause the game here. Options. Set the global volume to like right around here, right underneath the E. I can press this button now because there is actually a pause scene. I tried to jump, I was too late. Yeah, this doesn't make very much sense, to be honest. You can't pause the game during a Actually, I wanna add something else. Uh, server pause menu. Let's add in an or statement. Yeah, or uh, conditions. Keys, which is over here. Key released. Escape. Yeah, and also I need to make sure that this isn't going to cause a conflict. Yeah, yeah, escape. That doesn't work. Uh, I forgot that that just straight up doesn't work. A bunch of old code, like really old code. Pause menu code 2. We're going to change that from key press to key released because that's a conflict right there. Yeah, basically the moment that you release the escape key, it would unpause the game, which is kind of counterintuitive if you have to press the escape key just to get to the pause menu. Alright, day 2. Okay, it uses the same code, thank goodness. Day 3 also uses the same code. That's quite unusual. Yeah, some of this code is just really old, like 7 months old. Okay, day 4. I need to double check this thing. Yeah, there is no way that I put in the same event. I did not, thank goodness. Okay, so pause. Yeah, we're gonna fix that. Not by doing that. Yeah, that was a bit dumb. From key pressed to key released. Okay, let's go back to day 1 here and make sure that... Yeah, I'm just going to press escape here. Yeah, yeah, there is no conflict. Yeah, just to demonstrate what I mean, I'm actually going to undo what I just did all of like 10 seconds ago. That's the wrong key. Yep, this is why I wanted to have escape released rather than pressed. Yeah, we're just going to undo that. And now that I have released the escape key, it has properly paused the game. And wait, hang on a moment. I thought I saw something. Nope, I didn't see anything. I thought I saw both the cursor and the custom cursor visible at the same time. That is wrong. Okay, so anything else that I want to test here? Oh wait, I forgot. Let's go back to the main menu. I need to change some patch notes. Crap, I already put them in here. Oh wait, I can just drag them out here. Not that. Yeah, thank goodness I didn't lock these patch notes, because they are not set in stone. Adjustments, additions. Yeah, we have 2 new phone animations. Yep, added a shower curtain for Amy's bathroom. Additional light. Actually, there's one thing I need to check to make sure, is I need to make sure that the patch notes are correct. I'm going to streamer mode is enabled. Dang it. Thankfully, though, I have the link posted somewhere else. Notice you were leaving Steam. Yeah, that's fine. Full screen the game again. Patch notes. Okay, yeah, I did change it. Yeah, I did in fact add another light. So yeah, that's something to note there. Yeah, just checking to make sure. And then I think that we should, what else? Yeah, actually, did I, in the previous version, addition, toilet sink, showerhead, additional light sources, level 2? Nope, not there. Additions, nope. Yeah, I think that's an unlisted addition, we gotta fix that. And new dialogue. Vanessa Beatrice. Yeah, new dialogue boxes have been added. Now this is too long. Removed. We're going to put in another note here. Okay, adjust it here. Volume. Yeah, remove the temporary volume slider. Yeah, we should definitely note that down. Fix the phone. Okay, yeah, we did fix the phone. I think we should push this update. Yeah, I'm gonna push the update here. Prevent selection. Prevent selection. Okay, 1.4.1. Yeah, double check everything. And it is time to update the game. So what we're going to do is file, export, and publish a new version. Uploading the game. And that's done. We have just updated the game. But we're not done yet. No, it's actually over here, I believe. Manage. And that is edit the details. 1.4.1. Alright, we have updated the game. Yeah, it only took like an hour for a few minor bugs. I think that this is actually a pretty good point to end it off here. You know, I think I might do some more live streams like this in the future. So that's about it. Thanks for viewing.